The DTTT podcast is an independently run podcast recorded and edited in a small basement in Idaho.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the DTTT podcast.
The podcast with too many T's.
I was about to say tagline, you'll get used to the number of T's.
Yep.
I'm one of your hosts, Ian.
Ian the Giraffe.
Ian Schwarzenegger.
And I'm your other co-host, Matthew premadecustominifigs Giraffe Neck.
Okay, so let's move right. So we're gonna address a bit of a elephant in the room. Oh, look, now there's an elephant in the little cartoon. Oh my God, look at that, Matthew. Do you see that elephant?
I see that elephant, but
that's real nice.
I think the elephant's starting to get offended. It's running right at us in this small basement in Idaho.
Oh goddamn. Well, there was no podcast last week due to obviously. So I was at Brick Fair and I couldn't really record then, and we had some guests set up. Neither of them could do it.
They had some things they had to do, prior engagements and such.
Yeah, obviously no hate to them. That's why we're not gonna name names or anything. But so yeah, this is gonna be kind of a double episode, double entendre.
Double from In and Out, animal style.
You know, that's the California thing.
It's a West Coast thing because they have them in Arizona.
Okay, I'm pretty sure those are the only two states that have them, though.
I think they have them in, like, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada, too. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Okay.
I know it's not a very big thing. You should probably cut that entire thing out.
Or we won't. We'll find out. Anyways, it's time for our world-famous segment, and by world-famous segment, I mean only some people know about it. Crap from the store. Ian, have you bought any crap from a store recently? Groceries, whatnot?
Well, at Brick Fair, I bought...
Well, here he goes again, bragging about getting to Brick Fair. You know, some of us wanted to go, but they couldn't afford it because they had to go to New York earlier this year.
Maybe move here so you'll only be a couple hours away.
Shut up. Okay, go on.
So, I was not a big spender there. I spent a total of $4 on 2 sets of Brick Warriors wings, one for a friend, one for me, and a pure black minifigure, basically. So, both stuff for customs.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Speaking of customs, we talked about bringing in, since we're both customizers. I made two custom Lego minifigures, which is a classic-ish Falcon and Machine Man from Marvel Zombies 3, both of which you can find on my Instagram, whatever.
Then I'll try to remember to put pictures in if you send me those pictures.
Yep.
Alright, now things I bought from a store. Okay, so, what with Comic-Con being over and such, I decided that I was going to literally scrub the floor of my shower with a toothbrush in order to make enough money to buy the San Diego Comic-Con Transformers Titan Force box set. Something we talked about in, I believe, the second episode of the show. That is the one that includes the RID Brainstorm, a retool of Blur into... it's RID Windblade, a retool of Blur into Brainstorm, and a repaint, essentially, a repaint of Sentinel Prime. Now, that hasn't showed up yet, but according to the people at FedEx, it should be at my house by Tuesday. As of the time of recording, it is Sunday. And I also bought a Jack Cube Lego minifigure storage case for taking up to Bricks by the Bay in Santa Clara, California. Now, I don't have any pictures of the case because I had to give it to my grandfather because he's going to be holding on to all my luggage, because I'm not going to be able to take it with me to school the day of. Oh yeah, school starts up for me again soon. That's Sucks, but I can definitely try to put in a picture of the case with no figures in it.
Yay.
Yay.
Is that everything?
I believe that is.
Okay, so thanks for watching the DTTT podcast.
Yep, there's nothing else at all.
Oh wait, there's the news.
Oh yeah, let's get right into that, as Keemstar would say.
Let's get right into the news.
Let's never talk about Keemstar again. Anyways, we got a lot still coming out of Comic-Con. I've been trying to spread it out recently. Normally, this much news would cover 2 episodes, but since we weren't able to record last week, I've got everything on. Basically, I got a lot to go through. Okay. First off, for the Generations Titans Return stuff, which is basically all I'm going to cover, is Generations on the show, because that's the one line that I'm interested in. New Legends figures from the Generations line, Nah and Bumblebee. We have something like 6 new Titan Masters, which are just the little ones that come with the heads and a vehicle type thing. Overboard, which is basically Overkill, but renamed because copyright. Sawback, Apeface, Brawn, Clobber, Skytread. Some new deluxes. Tesla and Brainstorm, which has been confirmed to be a Walgreens exclusive set. Chrome Dome, Highbrow, Wolfwire, which is Weird Wolf, but again, name change for copyright, and Mindwipe. All of which were original headmasters from the G1 era. We have some new Voyagers. An Astrotrain, which is a retool of the Sentinel Prime figure, which is what the mold was initially supposed to be. And an Alpha Trion, which some people are already speculating will be retooled into a Leo Convoy or a Leo Prime.
Or I don't care what Pleurodon.
Huh?
Or a Leo Pleurodon.
Gesundheit. I don't care what it's being retooled into. This is the first time that an Alpha Trion has been released to the general public. If I have money, I'll probably pick it up. If not, there's always Christmas. And we have 2 new leader figures as well. A Soundwave, which comes with a Sound Blaster for his Titan Master. I'm never going to say that phrase again. Anyways, that is obviously going to be a retool of the Blaster figure we've already got. We're also going to be getting a Doomshot and Megatron set. Quick addendum, the Megatron figure is actually going to be a Voyager. Megatron being the leader figure, Doomshot being the Titan Master. Now, Megatron has a jet mode and a tank mode, which means more likely than not, it's going to be retooled into a Blitzwing figure later down the line. And this, I think, is the most interesting. We will be getting a new Titan figure, which is the giant city-size figure, Triptychon. And last but not least, or not even last but not least, almost last, we've got some news for the 30th anniversary of the Transformers movie. The movie is being re-released on Blu-ray this year, and in addition to that, we're getting 3 Platinum Edition box sets. One coming with all the original Autobots from the movie, that being Cup, RC, the other ones, Ultra Magnus, as well as a Platinum Edition box set that comes with Wreck-Gar, another guy that looks like Wreck-Gar, and a Hot Rod figure, potentially a Rodimus Prime figure, and then a Platinum Edition box set that comes with Optimus Prime and Megatron, which I think is the weakest out of the 3, because the Megatron is the one that turns into a Nerf gun from like Armada or whenever that was. And then finally, some of the Deluxes and Titan Masters have started showing up finally in Targets and Toys R Us's. I checked 2 Targets and 1 Toys R Us, and I found a grand total of about 7 Deluxe figures, and I don't even remember how many Titan Masters. I also found a Fort Max at Toys R Us. Only 1, though, I think. So I'm thinking Fort Max, more likely than not, is going to be a Toys R Us exclusive, probably because Target doesn't want to order them because cost, and not a lot of people are going to want to buy it from Target, which is inherently not it's not like a toy store, so. Alright, that's it for Transformers. Ian, what do you have for Marvel Legends?
So, there are quite a few things. First of all, reviews of the Abomination wave have come up from people in the UK. It looks okay. On its own, it would be a fine wave. It has an obscure Captain America, some obscure characters, which are great to get in Marvel Legends, just because, I don't know, comics, there's 75 years of stuff to dig through. Why would you keep remaking the same thing, as everyone knows? So, it's a good wave, just with the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave being the first figures with being the first X-Men figures since like 2014, and the Space Venom Bath wave just being really great. It's fun, and they're all coming out very close to each other. So, yeah, it's Trump, but it looks like a fine wave, and the Build-A-Figure's not awful. It has some bad parts.
Minor nitpicks.
Yeah. So, okay. In actual like news, there's a toy line now out for the Guardians of the Galaxy TV show on Disney XD, and they're supposedly 6-inch from what I've read, and they look fine. I think they would look great with some custom paint jobs. I might buy the Rocket Raccoon and paint it like he is in the current Rocket Raccoon Groot comic, because I really like that costume and it's pretty accurate. So then there is the Doctor Strange wave updates, which is Enchantress and Astral Form Doctor Strange. So Enchantress is a repaint of the one that we're getting at SDCC, which basically means it's a repaint of a repaint. So that's kind of funny. An Astral Form movie Doctor Strange is weird. It's like it's like pearlescent white instead of see-through for the movie Astral Form Doctor Strange.
It's sort of like a translucent plastic rather than a transparent.
Yeah, it's weird. Then there's the final 4 in the Marvel Legends yearly fan vote, who are, I think the vote's already over. But yeah, the final 4 are White Rabbit, Typhoid Mary, Citizen V, and Songbird. I like my obscure guys. I want White Rabbit, because they're getting less obscure. They're kind of, that whole group with White Rabbit is kind of, right now, the villains that they have superheroes face off against when they want to have them face off against some supervillains that are not at all a problem to take out, you know?
I got my fingers crossed for that Songbird because I like the name. So literally, that's it, though.
So then there was some really annoying news for completionists.
Oh, yeah, that.
There's a 4-pack that's just re-released figures of the Civil War Falcon, War Machine, Cap, and Iron Man. War Machine's exactly the same. Cap and Iron Man have less accessories, and Falcon, instead of Red Wing, he comes with like a thing so the wings can, so you can basically display it without the wings.
Which I kind of like, accurate. But I kind of like that, but it's not good for having to get a whole 4-pack thing. It's not worth it.
And then here's a
unless you don't already have those figures.
Yeah, if you don't have the figures, it's fine. So here's a little theory I have. So at Comic-Con, they released pictures of a couple lady legends, and that weren't really assigned to any waves. Sue Storm, Mary Jane, Dark Phoenix, and Secret Wars Captain Marvel.
2 of those are a type of drug, and only 1 of them is a type of drug.
What?
I don't know. I ate too much hummus. Keep going.
Okay, so I think that they will be released, that one of them will be released as the Marvel Unlimited Plus exclusive, because there's a thing on Marvel.com where you can pay, it's $10 a month or $70 for a year, and it's basically every comic they've ever released up to 6 months ago. So they get new releases 6 months after they come out, and after that it's big. But other than that, it's pretty much every comic they've ever released. It's a really good service, and then you can pay $100 and you get some cool stuff. They almost send you like a Loot Crate-esque thing
Every month or so?
Nah, it's just it's a one-time thing, and it's like you get some exclusive comics with variant covers, you get a pin, and it's a new thing every year, and every year since for the past 3 years there's been a Marvel Legend in there, an exclusive one, and so far it's been a repaint of Rocket Raccoon, Ultron, and then the unreleased Pepper Potts Rescue Iron Man thing.
Which would be pretty great.
Those have already been released.
Except for that third one.
No, that was released.
Oh, okay.
That was last year. It was supposed to come out in a wave of figures, but it wasn't. It was canceled in the wave, so then they released it in that. So yeah, I think one of the Lady Legends are gonna be that, and we should know because it changes at the end of August, and so we should know pretty soon. And now let's move on to Lego.
Which there is an absolute ton of news.
Yeah, it's a massive set list. Do you wanna talk about all the sets or only the themes we care about?
Let's just talk about the themes we care about, because that's what this podcast is. Biased news about things we care about. That should be the tagline. That's the tagline, not the whole, you'll get used to the number of T's. It's biased news about the things we care about.
So architecture, we don't care. City, we don't care. Creator. Okay, DC superheroes. Mighty Micros, Superman vs. Bizarro, Batman vs. Killer Moth, and Wonder Woman vs. Doomsday. Those are all fine.
Those we've already known about. I want to get that Wonder Woman one for Doomsday. And that's it.
And I think the Batman movie sets. I don't know. Was there a set list for the Batman movie sets yet?
There's not an official set list, but there's that whole thing that was on Instagram. Remember, with like the Batcave and stuff.
Oh yeah, bring that. You get that up. I'm gonna. So there's the DC Girls line, and it's just prices. So.
But that's supposed to be done with mini doll figures, sort of like what they have for Lego Friends or Elves or whatever that is right now.
Yep. So, Mighty Micros again. It's Spider-Man versus Scorpion, Iron Man versus Thanos, Wolverine versus Magneto, although the Brick fan has it put down as Wolverine versus Magnet.
Oh, that ever devious fiend, Magnet.
Yep.
2 out of those 3 I would probably buy for 1 or more figures, and then I'm not going to pick up the Spider-Man one because why would I?
Yep. And then in actual sets is Captain America Jet with Miss Marvel Kamala Khan, yeah! Captain America Sam Wilson.
Which, for those of you who don't know anything, that's the Falcon.
Yes. And an unknown villain. So I'm excited for that set because that helps us fill out the current Avengers in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'd still need quite a few, but yeah. Then there's the Lola set with Agent Coulson, Iron Man, and Detroit Steel.
Detroit Steel, everybody's favorite comic book villain.
Yep.
I'd like to think, in a sense, and that is a literal sense, that Detroit Steel has touched all of us.
Okay. And Hulk versus Red Hulk, which is a decent-looking set. Mostly for the figures.
Well, the figures are good. The set's kind of dumb looking, but there's Bricklink, so you could just get the figures and completely skip over that one if you want. All right. I'm not going to really talk about Star Wars because we've already got enough as it is. Let's just say that we've got some Rogue One stuff, including like, you know, TIE fighters, AT whatevers, battleships, battle packs, etc., etc. Okay? I think I got that covered.
Yes.
Although I'm skipping the Rogue One stuff, but things that are not Rogue One I will actually be talking about. We're getting a brand new version of Duel of the Fates, which is the final battle from Phantom Menace, the best part of the movie. That's Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. So we're going to be getting more Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan figures, and hopefully the set isn't super huge, like really big. That way it'll be like a really, you know, a fairly cheap way to get a Darth Maul set, because the only sets he ever comes in are just the big ones that are his ship thing. So hopefully this will be within, like, you know, the $20 to $50 range. It's a big range, but who cares? Also, we are going to be getting a Yoda Jedi Interceptor, which has an interesting shape to it. It's like a big ball with wings. I kind of like it. Obviously, we've already talked about the Camilla Khan. Alright, into the LEGO Batman movie news. First thing, we're getting a brand...
So, 15 reported sets, 10 in the first half of 2017, 5 in the second half.
Right, that, of course. Okay. So, we don't know the order for any of these, when they're coming out, etc., etc. We're just finding out about a lot of this. Okay. Brand new Arkham Asylum, around the same size of last year's, or not last year's, but a few years ago, that Arkham. But based off the Batman movie, obviously. It's going to be at least $100, and the figures included will be Batman, Barbara Gordon, Aaron Cash, everyone's favorite comic book character, Aaron Cash. 2 Arkham guards, Dr. Harleen Quinzel. Now, that's not a Harley Quinn figure, that's her as a doctor. Joker in an Arkham jumpsuit. Two-Face in an Arkham jumpsuit. Riddler in an Arkham jumpsuit. And 3 other villains in an Arkham jumpsuit. Just a singular Arkham jumpsuit. It's like if they had 3 heads and 6 legs, but only 2 arms. Alright?
Yeah.
Next up, a brand new LEGO Batman movie Batcave. This set features a place to hang Batman suits, including the disco suit and the diving suit that come in the set. There's also a walkway that leads to the Bat computer, which is shaped like the Batman symbol. There's also an Alfred figure who's trying to escape some of the Penguin's minions, which are going to be the new Penguin figures, or Penguin little guys from the collectible minifigure Series 16 Penguin Kid. They have attachments on their back so that they can hold accessories. There's also going to be a Bat boat and the Penguin's duck, which is going to be a brick-built vehicle for him. Presumably this means we'll be getting a penguin in the set, although we don't know. Now on to just the miscellaneous news. There is going to be a Mr. Freeze figure in an exosuit, which will include a Batman figure and a hostage. This is going to be a relatively small set. Lots of villains for lots of vehicles, mostly for villains. Penguin gets what is being reported professionally as a really cool car. And then there are just some random minifigures that are going to be featured in sets, including Tarantula, Zebra Man, and everyone's favorite dynamic duo of villainy, Kite Man and Calendar Man, the best seasonal supervillain of all time. We'll also be getting a brand new Batwing, which is different from the one in the trailers. It's shaped like a bat, and the cockpit is the head of the bat. This set will include Poison Ivy. There's still some more. Killer Croc, there's going to be a Killer Croc swamp set with a Killer Croc figure that's about the size of a Rancor, a red pickup truck, some swamp builds, and an animal skull. The minifigures included will be Batman, Zebra Man, Tarantula, and the Rancor-sized Killer Croc. And the Kite Man comes in a set. The Kite Man figure will come in a set with Riddler and Calendar Man. This set will mainly consist of Riddler's car.
Okay. So yeah, there's a lot.
That took a lot of breath.
There is a lot of LEGO news.
Lots. That's not even all of it. We're just covering Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. There's also some new stuff for Disney. and
Yeah.
other themes.
So, want to move on to the main segment?
Yeah. This main segment will be split up into 2 parts. One part discussing the DC Extended Universe and the current state it's in, and then another Marvel Legends wave, Dreamwave, which
Yep.
we'll find out what the theme for this week is later after we discuss the current state of the DCEU. Okay, Ian, current state of the DCEU, go.
It's crap.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. The first
They've
movie,
not made a good movie yet, and
well,
I
actually,
doubt they will.
debatably, Suicide Squad's a pretty good movie. Not critically, keep in mind, but I and a bunch of other people, or a few other people that I know, thought it was pretty good, and it's definitely worth seeing. The characters are real good, the plot's alright, but it's a popcorn movie, you know. So, yeah. Anyways, other than that, they've made Man of Steel, which is very mixed in terms of people's thoughts on it, and Batman v Superman, which is almost universally hated, except for like the 12 people who think that it's the greatest movie of all time.
Yep.
Alright. So, yeah. Hopefully, now that Zack Snyder isn't as involved, and potentially isn't involved at all, the DCEU will be getting better. The Wonder Woman stuff, actually, for the new Wonder Woman movie looked pretty good, and the Justice League trailer looked fun, so there's that. And, yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah. There wasn't much to say there.
Yes. Good thing we have our default Marvel Legends Dreamwaves.
So first of all, we have a lot of time to fill up with this, so we will be doing our own lists individually.
Yep.
So even though a lot of them will be rather
there will be some overlap.
So so there were talks a while back, although it's pretty much put to rest that it's false. There were talks about a merger between Mattel and Hasbro.
Meaning probably the biggest toy monopoly of all time.
Yeah.
Seeing as then Hasbro would control both Marvel and DC action figures, as well as some other stuff that we don't care about, and Transformers.
Yep. So with that, talking about what they'd own, there would then be the possibility of DC Legends.
Basically, yeah.
Yep. Since Marvel Legends is kind of based on what they bring to Comic-Con and how their booths are divided and stuff. I don't know if they release actual sales numbers. It seems like Marvel Legends are kind of their flagship thing right now. With the MCU being so big, I'm sure those figures sell great.
And I'm not sure how well they're doing with Transformers right now, since, you know, they got the TV show and they got the figures based off the TV show, but some of the generation stuff some people don't really like because it's changing the way that characters used to be, or the transformations aren't complex enough, etc., etc. I'm still buying them because I like Transformers, but some people aren't buying them because they don't like the way Transformers are right now.
It very much seems like Marvel Legends are kind of their flagship, their biggest thing. So DC Legends would kind of be a no-brainer. So let's
just for fun, since, you know, this has kind of been a bit of a DC heavy episode, especially with all that Batman.
Yep. Let's do a Dreamwave of DC Legends. Let's start with superheroes.
My first wave will be...
So 6 figures to build a figure, and you can have 3 running changes. They have to be somewhat related to the actual figure, though.
Got it. Okay, so my first wave would be Justice League.
Okay.
Alright. First figure is going to be Batman. sort of an amalgamation of a few different variants. It's going to have like plated armor similar to the Dark Knight, but instead of being all black, it'd be darker gray for the torso and stuff. You know, black gloves, black boots, black cowl piece, with ears more similar to the new 52 version of Batman, so it's the shorter ears. And running change for that, I don't know, no running change there.
Okay. My one's not exactly going to be Justice League. In fact, it's not even all going to be heroes. It's just kind of what I'd think they'd want to put out there in their first wave, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking they'd probably want to do Justice League in their first wave.
Yeah, I know. I'm just this is just kind of and this is also to make sure our waves are a little different. So my first figure is the Flash, and you know, very much based on what I like in my Marvel Legends, it's just a classic comic book design that you look at it and it brings you back to yeah, just like that. But yeah, it would bring me back to when I was 10 and I would read my old Flash comics. So yeah, just super iconic. He'd come with fist hands and karate chop runny hands.
I forgot accessories. My Batman would come with a batarangs and a grappling gun.
Okay, and yeah, it would just be it would be a classic Flash.
Okay, next, Superman. It's going to be, you know, basically just the Superman from the comics.
Yep.
Except it's not going to be the new 52 one. He's still going to wear his underwear on the outside. As an accessory, he's going to have like a little thing that kind of clips onto his head where it's molded transparent, and then there's some red painting over the bits that go over the eyes, and it's basically just going to be like laser eyes. Running change, black suit Superman, no cape, and he's got a mullet. Same accessory, though.
Same accessory, even though it doesn't have a mullet?
No, same accessory, he's got a mullet, no cape.
Okay. Okay. I thought these... Wait. Okay, so I thought that you said the accessory was an alternate head where he has heat vision, right?
No, it was just a little piece that kind of clips on.
Oh, okay.
Like it fits over his head.
Okay. So my next one to go with Flash is Captain Cold. Would be his nice comic booky design. And he'd come with the cold gun. And the hood, so basically the head would be put on. You would put the hood around the neck, and then you clip the head in, and then you can also take both those parts off, and there would be a hood that's like down, and he'd come with and you could just put the head back on, you could have him with the hood on and off.
Removable parka hood, got it.
Running change Heatwave.
Okay. Next up would be a Wonder Woman figure for my Justice League. Gold for the wrist things and the tiara. She'd come with the sword, the shield, and the lasso. Running change, maybe Supergirl, but I'm not dedicated to that. I'm not married to that yet. I'll just keep that as a possibility, and then if I think of a better running change for a different figure, no Supergirl.
Okay. So my third figure.
There you go.
Is Batman with actually so this is a somewhat classic design. It's like bright gray and black. And I mean, it looks like Batman.
Got it.
What else can I say? And there would be running change, first appearance, so he'd have like the mask with the weird ears and the pink gloves.
And he'd have a gun.
Yes. The first appearance one would, and the regular one would come with a batarang and a grapple gun, kind of like you said.
You stole that from me, you thief. I'm gonna sue you.
No.
Okay. Fourth figure for the Justice League will be a Flash. It's sort of, again, like a combination of a few different things. It's going to look kind of like the CW Flash suit, but maybe with like some shoulder things that kind of pop off, or not pop off, but sort of look like they're raised a bit to sort of emulate the armor look from the Justice League movie. Accessories will be running hands and hands that look like they're running but have lightning bolts kind of coming off of them, as well as that for the feet. Or do the feet not pop off? Aren't they?
The feet can pop off.
Yeah, same thing for the feet then.
Kinda. I don't.
Oh, and an alternate head with the lightning bolts. Just lots of lightning bolts.
Yay, lightning bolts. So, to go with
running change Kid Flash.
Okay.
But more, actually not Kid Flash, more like the Wally West era Flash.
Okay. Who should be next? You know, gotta get some ladies in there.
Yeah,
so,
you sexist.
I say Jesse Quick. Right? Is that who I'm thinking of? 1 second.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Jesse Quick, running change Supergirl.
All right.
This is a very Flash-centric. My main exposure to DC is the CW shows. So.
All right. Okay. Fifth figure will be Cyborg.
Okay.
Plated armor looks similar to how he looks in the comics, but maybe in like sort of like a metallic color. You know, very metallic rather than just like a dull gray or silver, like a dull silver. Something, you know, that kind of pops, makes it look like it's actual metal. Yeah. Accessories will be an alternate head that's got a laser coming out of his robot eye, and a hand attachment where you can pop the hand off and switch it out with like a cannon thing.
Okay.
Running change. Never mind, no running change.
Okay. So, my next one is Superman.
Took you long enough.
Yeah. And he's basically exactly what you said. It's classic, man.
Classic man. It's classic man, for your information.
Okay. Yeah, I don't... Just some classic Superman goodness. How many... I've had...
Heatwave was one running change.
Heatwave, Jesse Quick.
Which your running change was like Supergirl, wasn't it?
And Batman. So yeah, I've done my 3 running changes.
Alright.
So yeah.
Final figure in my wave of Justice League guys would be Martian Manhunter. Accessories, semi-transparent hand so that it could look like he's sort of phasing through stuff or about to phase through stuff. The cape is removable. The collar is attached to the cape, so that's not removable. Running change will be Green Lantern, and he'll come with the lantern thing and a hand where it looks like he's using it to make some kind of lantern thing, but it's not in any specific shape.
Okay. So my next one, you know what, Joker. Doing Joker. What, everything you would want from a Joker, I mean, Jokery goodness. He'll come with a bang gun.
Alright.
Yeah.
Build-A-Figure will be... Darkseid.
My Build-A-Figure is Gorilla Grodd.
Very Flash-centric wave.
Yep.
All right.
And, you know, I kind of have to go. So So,
This is a little bit of a shorter episode, and by that we mean at
Yeah.
least 10 minutes shorter than our average episode.
should be easier to edit.
Yeah. Thanks for listening in. This has been probably pre-made custom minifigs and some guy I found camping out in my basement with a can of soup. Basement guy, where can you find us?
Oh yeah. Twitter and Instagram, we're DTTT official.
The DTTT podcast official.
Podcast official.
There's
yeah.
an underscore in there, by the way, between podcast and official.
Okay. And
We have a Gmail if you want to
The
send in a
Gmail
question. That's dtttpodcast@gmail.com.
yes. And also, if you want to find us individually, I'm Phantom Figs on everything.
Pre-made custom minifigs on everything.
And that's it.
Don't eat the yellow snow unless it's a snow cone. And then be careful of who gives it to you. The DTTT podcast is run out of a small basement in Idaho and is recorded and edited in said small basement. I did
Hey,
that
guys.
completely wrong. I'm going to try that again.
Ugh.